going to take it live. And we're live. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past every Monday at 8 p.m. Central. I am your head camp counselor, Duck. I'm here with other head counselors. I couldn't even talk. I'm here with other head camp counselors. We have Jay, look into my eye, McClintock. Jay, how are you doing today, sir?
I got the Apone. That's Apone quote. I like that.
That's probably the best line too.
I'm doing good. I'm a little jet lagged, but I'm good to go. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Welcome back from New York City, and let's get it going. Next, we got Raph. All right, sweethearts, you heard the man. You know the drill, Ramirez. Raph, how are you, sir?
Fantastic, sir. How about yourself?
Doing excellent. I had Chinese food today, so I'm happy.
Nice.
Any dad had
or no,
food.
was it? No, not Chinese.
I love Chinese food. Next, we got Miles. We're on an express elevator to hell going down. Francis, Miles, how are you, sir?
It's game over, baby. It's game over.
Game over, man.
Shit, he took it. I can't use it now.
Use it.
Next, we got David. Yo, stop your grinning and drop your linen. Jessup. David, how are you, sir?
Fine. I'm tired.
I should have used your quote that you have. They mostly come at night. Mostly. That's where's that.
They mostly come in my mouth. Mostly.
Mostly. And finally, we got Javi. Get away from her, you bitch, Byres. Javi, how are you, Hobbs?
I'm good. I'm tired, but good.
Excellent, excellent. This will be Hobbs' last cast, so let's have a good time and have lots of fun. All right, guys. We watched Aliens, release date July 18th, 1986, with a running time of 137 long-ass minutes. Budget, $18.5 million. Box office, $131.1 to $183.3 million. Synopsis: 57 years after surviving an apocalyptic attack aboard her space vessel by merciless space creatures, Officer Ripley awakens from hypersleep and tries to warn anyone who will listen about the predators. All right, guys, let's watch a trailer. The cat's being super loud. Yes. The answer to that question and answer is yes, please get rid of the cat. Thank you.
Just tell me
All right.
one thing, Burke.
She just throws
You're
it.
going out there to destroy them, right? Not to study, not to bring back,
Can you guys hear
but
it?
to wipe them out.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Oh, you don't have the 4K version?
Drake.
It is kind of weird watching it in lesser than like high definition. I didn't even realize it when I pulled the trailer.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's garbage. I don't even like it. My eyes are hurting. This is Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, which we should watch someday.
Yes.
I love that movie, dude.
Man, I'm so.
Yeah, I know.
So I said
This is
Troopers
honestly
is
a
like
weird trailer, dude. Like they show
Yeah, it is.
like a long sequence.
There's another like original theatrical trailer which is real minimal.
Yeah, I think if I would have done a little more research, I would have got the better.
This is like the Cliff Notes version of the movie.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it, but you don't have 2.5 hours.
I mean, and it's also in chronological order.
yeah.
And then they just show everyone getting bumped off one by one.
They're animals, man. They're not animals or xenomorphs, you fuck.
All right, I'm gonna say something
Idiot.
that's. I'm gonna say something in a minute that's gonna be highly controversial.
Is it about the little girl
Does it
being a
start
pain
with
in the
an
ass?
F or an N?
No, you're safe right now.
Wait, so you just showed the preview to the...
That was the
Second, is that what
trailer,
we're
dude.
supposed to
I don't
watch?
know. That's just the
No,
trailer.
but
Did-
because
did
I
you
watched
watch the
Alien.
No, shut your mouth.
All right.
Cool, man. Ross, we'll talk about it later, me and you. 'cause
Well,
it's
good
my
thing
favorite movie.
good thing I've watched this one. So let's go on.
Oh my god.
That's a Jake move, bro.
Yeah, or a hobby.
Hobby
Hobby
move.
did that.
Or
with,
me, I did that out.
Yeah.
Bobby, what
God
movie
damn
did
it.
you watch for your last
Silent Night,
podcast
Deadly
tonight?
Night.
Wait, what'd you say? Oh, I saw
You did that-
Aliens.
Yeah. You did that with Silent Night, Deadly Night, though. You watched.
Yeah,
that.
I saw
Jake-
3 when
Jake
you guys
watched-
were doing 2.
Yeah, and Jake watched the 1990s
Dracula.
Dracula.
Fucking
I
hysterical.
forgot about that.
All right, guys, let's get into talking about it. I'm going to be controversial right off the bat. I can't stand fucking Hudson. I can't fucking stand him, and I bet everyone else down the line.
That's
Everyone
good.
else
He'll
loves
eat.
him.
That's his job.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I can't stand
That's
him,
Atomic
and get rid of Mad About You. I couldn't stand him either. He was driving me up the fucking wall.
Also, Matt Heat doing their job.
Dude, he did such a good job, man. Like, you hate him, especially in that scene where they like leave Sigourney and Newt to like die.
Yeah.
And, he just conveniently looks the other way. I even read on IMDb today that like his own Paul Reiser's sister literally slapped him during the premiere because his character is so despicable. So he did his job, man.
Yeah,
Well,
he did a great job.
also, what's really good about the character too is it doesn't start off. It's very subtle, his wickedness. You know, it's a gradual burn on how evil he is. At the beginning, he's like on her side. Like even when they're having the meeting with the inquiry, he's like, "Hey man, we got to get this down. It's going to be rough. Just stick to your story." While the entire time, especially if there's a really cool subtle scene where the Llewellyn or Van Leeuwen talks about the people being there, and you can see how he gets like kind of fidgety because he knows he sent people out to the fucking derelict ship after finding out about it.
But he's.
Would you like?
Go ahead.
No, sir. No, I got a funny fact about Paul Reiser. So in this movie, he's obviously the heavy. Ironically, in a movie that quite rips off Aliens, Deep Star 6, the main guy character is Greg Evigan, who was his co-star in My Two Dads, which was a TV show that was on at this time in the 80s.
Wow,
so I thought that was kind of funny. They both played in sci-fi movies. One obviously way more, successful, but I thought that was a cool little, Easter egg.
I thought you were about to say he was in Deep Blue Sea, which is just like Aliens, and I was trying to figure out are those movies connected in some profound way? I've never.
Deep Star 6. Deep Star 6, I think, came out like maybe a year or two after this one, so it was really kind of really kind of funny.
Remember that, Jay? That was the three movies that were all underwater: Deep Star 6, Leviathan, and the James Cameron one.
Yeah, the Abyss.
Abyss.
Yeah, they all came out the same year, and it was the shittier ones came out first, and then they ended with Abyss.
I feel like this movie has a lot similar to The Abyss in the pacing, and I've always said The Abyss feels a lot like the original Alien in the pacing. But the director's cut of this was very long, and I don't know what the difference is. Do you know what the difference is, David, between the director's cut and
I think it's huge. I think it's very important, the stuff that was cut out, and I'm glad they put it back in. Yes, it's very long, but you needed to see the scene where she finds out her daughter's dead, because that goes to the connection of her and Newt, and you needed to see the Hadley's Hope populated with families and children, because it makes coming up on it completely empty so much more visceral and so much more devastating when you know a family was there, when you see a kid in a big wheel going through there. Now they could have cut the scene where the robotic machine guns mow down the aliens, but I think that's also an important scene because it shows the aliens are learning, because they went down the hallway, they got mowed down. What do they do next? They go open the ceiling tiles.
Right on.
Yeah, it's only 17 minutes of difference, and I agree with David. I think, and actually, I didn't even take it. I think that scene where, like you said, they learn to not go down the hallways. I think that is an important scene, as well as the family weight of showing that, like, no, there's the strong family connections, and like you said, these people are despicable because they're sending families essentially to die. I mean, they know what they're doing, but they see the money.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that I think they should have been deleted. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like it allows the bond between Newt and Ripley to kind of grow a little more organically. You get to see it instead of like there being a reason she has to be that way. So they kind of let it kind of grow on its own. And on top of that, it leaves the reveal of Paul Reiser's character of being the scumbag more dastardly when you don't know exactly what happens. I thought the deleted scenes, I thought they gave away too much, personally. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Sir Cameron disagrees with you.
So with this movie, I mean, go ahead, David.
I was just going to say that Sigourney Weaver was incredibly pissed off when she found out her scene where she cries, finding out her daughter had died and passed away. And that picture is actually her mother that she used as her daughter. Yeah, that's actually her mother. And she was so mad because she spent a lot of time studying grief that parents go through that lose their children. And so she really went through a lot to get that scene, to make that a very real scene where she's crying, she's devastated, and to have it cut out just was a gut punch to her.
I thought it was cool that they did the 57-year gap, you know, where she was in the suspended hibernation for that long period of time. And that allows things to cool down and for them to not trust her or whatever that whole scenario was, not believe. But my confusion came in. The Marines say that they're going to a bug bash or something like that.
Bug hunt.
Bug hunt.
But do they know that the xenomorphs are real then, or do they not know that they're real? That's
I just think it's a different creature.
Yeah, what it is a bug hunt is, from what I can understand from the novelization, is that they've never come across a creature like an alien, but they've gone on these expeditions to find aliens, to find xenomorphs. Never found them. That's why they dismiss it, because they're like, oh, another bug hunt, another AKA waste of time.
But I had a question. If they have they encountered artificial life before? Because they're talking to each other about Arturian girls and the way Arturian girls, and then they don't talk about the Arturian society at all.
I got that, Jay, as girls living on a planet called Arteria, not Arteria aliens. I called it as like a colony, and they're just really slutty.
But that's just it. Like when they said like, oh, but it was a man, and he goes, it doesn't matter if they're Arterians, the body parts don't matter. So that creates even more confusion for me.
Well, they do cover that in that movie, Arterian Girls Are Easy. They go a lot deeper into that.
Well, James Cameron was just very forward thinking on trans. That's all he was. And that's a positive. That's positive.
I thought that was kind of a cool way to go with it. It just seemed like a line that just went absolutely nowhere. I mean, on the 50,000th time I've seen it, you know, it's easy to find little things here.
Like even in Alien, isn't there like a trans subplot, like that woman with the cat, the short hair? Wasn't she trans on the first Alien movie?
I don't think.
What?
Yeah,
No.
the woman with the short hair was actually trans, because when they're doing a profile thing on the computer screen, it actually says born at birth male, and then all of a sudden she's female. Yes,
interesting. That's Veronica Cartwright.
I would like to see proof of that. That sounds.
I'm getting it right now.
Googling it up. Guys, do we enjoy the dialogue of this, with the Marines being so aggro and just like, you know what I mean, just the shell heads that they're supposed to be? I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I feel like it feels realistic. Like it feels like my interpretation of what like Space Marines would be. That's how they talk to each other.
Right, just giving each other a lot of shit and roast each other.
I thought it was really cool that, you know, no matter how advanced the future is, that smoking and racism are still cool with
always
Space Marines.
And cornbread. Cornbread is still big in the future. But the thing I enjoyed, Duck, I agree with you that some of the banter, especially in the beginning, is kind of annoying because it's just like they're just so aggro. But I loved when they got down to business, when they are land and they jump off. Do you notice how there was no more joking around? There was no more. It was like boom, boom, boom. This person did this. This person cleared the room. They went over here. It was very, very military. It was like, okay, we were fucking around up here. Now we're working, and now we're serious.
It's almost like doctors and police officers and firefighters and people that deal with a lot of like traumatic shit are known for having like a dark sense of humor when they're like at the station or, you know, in the break room or whatever. But then as soon as they hit the floor, it's, you know, in most cases, professionalism.
I also love the inclusivity of everybody. I mean, you've got women of color, and women are pilots, and it's like, it's not even like stated. It's just like, yeah, we're all equul here. And I thought that was a really, he didn't have to like broadcast it to the world. It just is that way. I thought that was a really cool, just a really cool production note. And it was just,
arguably the most badass person is a woman. You know, Vasquez.
Dude, I just learned this today. Vasquez is not a Hispanic actress. That's a white actress that darkened. They had her skin darkened, her hair dyed, and she put on a accent, and like that became like a very problematic thing,
yeah.
obviously, as that decision
Absolutely.
aged.
That's probably why they whitewashed her to death in Terminator 2. They're like, nope, you're a Karen. You're a Terminator, Karen. That's the way it's got to be.
Oh, I found it right here. I also did send it to the link.
Is
Under
that a picture of a dick on your screen?
I already sent it. Oh, the picture of it. Gotcha.
Oh my God.
All I saw
I
was a
suck at
dick.
Pictures are always better for podcasts, Hobby.
So you found it, Hobbs? It's
Yeah, I'm
confirmed?
sending it right now.
Why don't you describe it?
Very nice. There it is. Iconic alien characters canonically trans, and fans are just realizing. All right.
Nice.
Veronica
Alright.
Cartwright. Nice. That's awesome.
Which is weird because she auditioned to play Ripley, and she was pretty pissed she didn't get it.
We know she was in The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
And The Witches of Eastwick.
Yep.
It's phenomenal on that.
So this movie, I would say this is more like an action movie more than anything, whereas Alien.
war movie.
Do you
Yeah.
consider this
Like
a horror
it's
sci-fi
like a
movie?
sci-fi thriller.
Yeah, I consider it a science fiction war movie because they're Marines.
It's like a
Oh.
group of Marines versus like a army of aliens. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
tracks.
I will say
Wait,
I
so is it-
love. Sorry, go ahead, Ref.
Is it sci-fi because they're Marines and not a space force? Is that what you're trying to say, David?
No. I'm saying it's a sci-fi war movie because it's Marines fighting another warring faction. They just happen to be aliens. So you could take the aliens out, and it could be a Western, and it's like the military in the 1800s are going to a colony that was set up that was overrun by Indians, and the aliens are now Indians. It's that same type of thing where they're invading another person's territory, and it's that battle between the two.
They prefer the term native LV 426ians.
So UFO Ogles says my ex cosplayed as the alien and took a dump on my chest in 2007. Oh,
Please, pictures or it didn't happen.
That's a different type of chest burster right there, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this movie is long. For the action scenes are really good. Like, I don't feel like it's an 80s movie. I feel like it's a 90s movie in a lot of ways. Just the way it's filmed, it's ahead of its time. It's right on that fringe. And I wasn't taken out by like the hair or like the design or anything. I felt like everything held up, felt very modern. Because I think it's a lived-in world, and it's kind of like that down and dirty kind of world to begin with. So whenever you kind of like the idea of Star Wars where everything's filthy, but it's been lived in for a long time. This also feels the same way, and I feel the same way about Alien too.
It's the term
Alien
truckers
also.
in space.
Yeah. Well, this one's. I mean, but that's what's so crazy is this movie's so radically different than the first one, while having almost the same flair and same style as the first one, but doing its own thing. I mean, each of the Alien films in the franchise get their own atmosphere to them. Alien 3 is completely its own thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Do y'all think that the production value on Aliens was as good as Alien? Because on Alien,
I prefer Alien
phenomenal.
personally. I like Alien better than this movie. But
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are inversed on that, where they like this movie better than Alien.
I really typically enjoy horror more than action, but I like Aliens more than Alien.
Yeah.
Really,
This
the
movie-
Alien felt more like a horror to me. Like
This
a
is a popcorn movie though. This movie was, for better or worse, it was actually intended for a much broader audience, and I mean the box office returns show it. I mean, the movie was a smash hit, absolute smash hit, and I think a lot of people got into the franchise because of this movie.
And then immediately got out of it with 3.
Oh my god, it was fucking terrible.
And isn't it crazy that that's David Fincher?
Yeah.
No.
But it was
Not-
it
not-
was his very first movie. Like he hadn't had he wasn't David Fincher yet, if that makes sense. Like
No, it does. It makes sense.
And this
But
studio
Alien 3,
metal-
I think, got. Yeah, they meddle, but I think a lot of people have grown to appreciate Alien 3 just simply when they found out that it was David Fincher. They their brains broke a little bit, and they're like, "But we have to like everything Fincher does,"
they just shot themselves in the foot because they released that incredible teaser trailer where it's like, in 1979 we learned that in space no one can hear you scream. In 1992 we learn on Earth everyone can hear you scream. And like that was like, I remember that commercial and I was hyped as fuck. And then it just never happened.
I think one of the problems. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Doug.
No, go ahead, David.
No, I was just gonna say one of the issues with Alien 3 was their overabundance of CGI, and it's a
big
shame
time.
because they had a lot of footage, and it was actually Fincher was in the costume a lot, and they threw it out because the studio was like, we need CGI because everything is CGI now. I do want to say my biggest issue with Aliens is that I think what makes it so strong is that it does separate itself from Alien. It's more of an action film. It's a military film. But the thing that really disappoints me is the ending, because he completely rips off Alien, and I don't think it was necessary. You still could have had the big battle with the Queen and the loader, but it just ends up being the exact same ending where she pushes a button and throws him out in space. I mean,
Yeah, but there is
come up with a different
something-
ending, man.
There's something to seeing a mech go up against the Queen alien.
No, I
It's just
like I
so
said, I have no
fucking
issue with
good.
that. You can still do that, but you don't have to cheat and just do the exact same ending.
Well, also to be fair, David, one could argue that it also shows a redemption point for synthetics when it's Bishop that's actually saving Newt from getting sucked out by holding onto her. So there's I think there's a story progression there. I mean, it's very similar to the first one, but I love Bishop. Let's talk about Bishop. Let's talk about the android, man. What an amazing character he was in this. He was kind of like a real big surprise hit for me. Did anyone else feel that way about Bishop?
Yeah.
Well, especially because coming from the first one, the android was the villain. So yeah, it was really good.
And there was a great amount of tension between the android and Sigourney Weaver's character. I'm blanking on his name right now. We just said
Bishop.
Bishop. Thank you.
And Ash.
Immediately there's that tension because we have all that weight from Ripley's encounter in the first movie. She immediately is like, "Fuck that! I'm not working with
from me.
like." And then like that trust as those two slowly are dwindled down to being the last remaining characters essentially.
Well, and also that scene where at the end where she thinks that he abandoned them.
Right. Yeah.
Bishop, motherfucker.
And he's like, "No, I'm sorry if I scared you, but it was just too unstable. I had to loop around." And yeah, it felt though like hopeless in that moment when she gets out of the elevator and it's like, "Fuck! I just escaped this giant monster and I got out in time, and now my ride has left me."
I read that
music.
I read that when I was a huge Alien fan as a kid. Back then, we didn't have the internet. We didn't know Aliens was coming out. I didn't realize it was coming out until I saw a trailer in the theater. And the next day, I lost my fucking mind. I couldn't believe it. Next day, I went and found and I'm being serious now, the novelization of Aliens. They had released it before the movie. And I burned through that book in one day. And I remember that scene and going through the pages and reading where she thinks that she's been abandoned. And I was like, I couldn't read fast enough. It was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally.
But I
forgot
still
to
think
ask
that
one.
I do agree though. I think we could kind of combine Jay's point and David's point, and it could have been like the redemption of Bishop, but like do it in a way that's not the suck out into space. Like maybe they plant maybe he like shoots a bomb into her chest at the second. I don't know.
Or they get back onto the other shuttle and the shuttle leaves and then the ship blows up, but there's no alien on. I mean, something to where it's just not the exact same ending of the other one.
Bishop should have got the knife trick thing and got the alien's hand and then just cut every single one of them off.
It was like, wait, this is real fun.
Well, I mean, as a kid, so when I first saw this movie, when the alien spears him with its tail and rips him apart, that made me cry as a kid. Like I felt like I had real feelings.
I was pissed off at that scene.
I wasn't pissed. I was like, no, not Bishop. Bishop's like the most likable person. He's like the most likable person or
android,
synthetic or whatever in the movie. And when that happens, it's like, oh, it felt like my heart got ripped out. And then when he saved Newt, I was like, you got him, you get him, Bishop.
Well, didn't you almost feel bad for him when he is doing the knife trick? He gets cut. And Ripley like throws the plate at him. Was like, get away from me. He almost seems like upset. And he's like, listen, we can't hurt you anymore. Isaac Asimov put this thing in our head, and we can't hurt a human, or in turn let a human hurt themselves.
his portrayal in this movie, while saying so little, he's so emotive. I mean, Lance Henriksen, I think, is a criminally underrated actor, and I think this is definitely one of the roles that shows that, because he can play a pretty nasty guy himself, and this one I just like this, and also Pumpkinhead. I mean, like, I'll go back. It's like. I mean, he really has. I mean, and this movie is what got him Pumpkinhead. So I mean, like,
I had actually read that he was considering quitting acting at this point when he got this role, and the fact that this role like kind of went very well for him and he connected with it kind of made him fall in love with acting again.
And the world's better off for it.
I like whenever they're like, somebody needs to go out to get the ship, and he's like, I'll do it. And he just says it real quiet, and then
he keeps saying it over and over again.
Yeah,
and then Hudson's like, I ain't going out there. And he's like, no, I'll do it. There's another great scene, Ducky, is when he's getting into the pipes, and someone hands him a gun, and he just hands it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
In the again, I'm being serious. In the novelization, there's a great scene where he is going through the pipe system, and an alien actually hears him, rips through a pipe, and takes his thing out and is smelling him.
Oh, wow.
And then lets him go because he's synthetic.
Oh, no shit. That would have been cool.
Good production choice. Really good production choice.
Yeah,
that would have
been cool. That would have been cool to see. I definitely got claustrophobic when he was in that pipe too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was working on me.
Come on out to LV426. Have some drinks. Come to the coast.
Hicks comes out of nowhere. He's kind of a non-player in the beginning of it. Is that Sean Bean? Is that who that is?
Yeah, Sean Bain. Sean Bain.
Yeah.
Michael Bean.
Michael Bean. That's who it is. He plays John Connor, right? Not John Connor.
Yeah.
But,
No, he played
Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese. Thank you so much.
And Johnny Ringo.
He
probably the best role ever.
There was definitely a connection between him and Ripley going on there too when he's showing her the grenade launcher.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, they're getting a little bit close.
There was tension.
Yeah, there was some.
There was another
tension.
barrel popping up in that scene,
Absolutely.
He was just like, you want to make one of these? And he was like, motion over to Newt, like, you want to make these?
There was a very confusing thing for me, and I noticed it when I first saw it. It's when Ripley gives Newt or Hicks gives Ripley the tracker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when Ripley and Newt are getting ready to take a nap and they're having their sweet talk, she gives it to Newt. She puts the tracker on Newt. And then the scene where Newt falls through into the water and gets abducted by the alien, Hicks goes, "Don't worry, we can find her with this." And I'm like, wait, how did he know? Yeah, that was always something confusing for me.
Plot hole.
Maybe she told him, like, off screen.
Well, I think that needs to be on screen.
Yes, I think
we need the full 3-hour version to get those extra details.
That needs to be a 15-minute scene.
I also got to know, Duck, why do you hate Hudson?
It just annoys me, man, because I am Hudson. So
game over, man, game over. A lot of his lines were improvised. He improvised a lot of those lines.
No. He just I guess, you know what? I don't hate him. I was just being controversial. Because I know that he's such a beloved character, and
he really is.
Man,
he's fun, man.
But here's what I really liked about Hudson. As annoying as he was, and as much of a crybaby naysayer as he was, this motherfucker never held anybody back. He never got in the way. He did his job, and he went out like a fucking baller, bro. Yeah. And I fucking love that shit.
Well, yes and no. He went out like kind of like in a little bit of a mental breakdown too. Like when he was kind of shooting wild there at the end. Like he
wants to do. Yeah, he was done mentally.
Can we all admit though that that scene right there is one of the most greatest tension-filled holy shit scenes in cinema history.
That's the hold your breath scene right there.
When you figure out the aliens are in the room with the tracker, which again, that tracker invention, even though it shows up in the first film, the way they used it in this film was
and the sound,
brilliant.
The sound of it.
But when he looks up and it's silent and all you hear is the beeping, and he pushes that light and he just scrolls it across, and all you see is the light hitting all these aliens crawling upside down. Fuck, dude.
Yep.
And what a great decision. Cameron always talked about how disappointed he was in the first film when the aliens revealed at the end it's just a guy in a suit, which I don't have a problem with. because it's going to look like a guy because it was gestated in a guy. But he wanted the aliens to be more insect-like. And so you never see them walking like a man. They're always jumping up and down and pouncing and crawling on the walls.
Yeah, and
I don't know if I would say he's just a guy. The guy was 7 foot tall.
That's true. That's true. I agree.
And super skinny too. The guy who wore the suit in the first movie,
And very black.
Yes. And in this movie, the aliens, just the amount of them is staggering. Like they're just coming after them over and over again. And so, it kind of takes away from it a little bit, like the fear of the first movie, because it's just one of them. But at the same time, like
I don't know, dude. Like when she drops down into like the nest and there's like eggs everywhere, like that's pretty tense. Like
it's pretty tense.
I feel the fear tingling in those moments.
Well, you can't put the rabbit back in the hat, and so I think that James Cameron kind of realized that. He's like, look, all that tension that was built up that Ridley Scott did, I can't recreate that necessarily.
I'm not even trying to.
But I can make everything bigger, and I can do things in other ways.
Miles, we were talking about aliens learning in that hallway scene. There's also that great scene in the nest where you have these two warrior aliens approaching her and Newt, and she takes that flamethrower, shoots it up in the air, and then aims it at the eggs, and you see the queen kind of tell them to back off.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like non-verbal communication, but the body language speaks it.
And it was so cool because it was like you have two alien species, humans and xenomorph, having a legitimate conversation. Like, hey, these are your kids. And by the way, what a cool camera angle shot where the camera is zoomed in on the egg being born.
Yeah.
And then it slowly pans to the left to reveal that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I remember being in the theater when Bishop tells her, well, it may be something else we haven't seen yet. And the whole audience was like, oh, fuck. Like, where it's the scene in the movie where that there's something other than aliens. There's something bigger.
Yeah. And the design
in that regard,
it's awesome.
I agree that it's awesome, but like I almost feel like it could have even been more over the top, to be honest, because like they set it up with that expectation of like, oh, whatever they're gonna see is gonna be insane, and it still looks like a xenomorph. I mean, it's a slightly different xenomorph, but it's still a xenomorph.
I think it's cool that the abdomen is attached and then it detaches itself from the abdomen or the back side of it and goes. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, I think I definitely agree that it does still look like a xenomorph, but I think I'll go back to it. That scene with Bishop, where you see what the queen can fucking do. Like the queen's not just there laying eggs. That queen can fucking go. And when she fucking rips him apart like he was just made out of butter, I was like, okay, yeah, we got a contender. We got a real contender. And it was a great reason to bring back the power loader too.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I love the way they call that back where, at first she's like, can I do this? And they're kind of like, you doing this, I guess. And then when she does it perfectly, it's great that, they go back to that and she ends up being combat certified in that thing.
Yeah.
Well, also after this movie came out, companies were contacting 20th Century Fox trying to buy those power loaders.
They were very bummed when they didn't exist.
They thought they were real.
They're not real?
Yeah, they thought they were real, and they're like, no, it's a puppet, and some of it's stop motion, and so yeah. And what a great, oh my God, if you ever go back and watch the making of Aliens, the puppetry in this, the miniatures in this,
so good,
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was gonna say. The special effects totally hold up. The miniatures look real, and between the tank that is roaming around, that's obviously an RC car in a lot of the shots.
I had that toy.
Like the explosion. You had that one,
dude. Not only did I have that, I had the toys for Apone, Ripley, Hicks, fucking Bishop, and my favorite toy was the Drake because he came with a flamethrower and he was already in flamethrower position. And it was just so great. I would like pretend that my toys were running and they would get in the car and they would just like get them out of safety.
And those were the good old days when they would sell kids toys based on R-rated movies.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore.
Well, they went a step further, guys. This got a full-fledged arcade game.
Yes,
it was the
coin off. Right?
So
why not? Yeah, and you actually to beat the game, you have to use a power loader. Like it follows the move. Yeah, you can either be Ripley or you can be Hicks, and you might be able to be Apone too. Apone got a lot of love outside of the movie. Like he got a lot of love. He had the best toy too. Yeah, he had a great action figure, and I wish Apone could have stuck around a little bit longer. I felt like his role was a little bit wasted, just a little bit.
And I kind of want to know, like, because in the comic books, and on the toy, he actually had like a metal arm and shit like that. Like he had like a metal bracelet. I was like, and there was none of that in the movie. I was like, what the fuck happened to this guy? Is he just a lot more badass that I don't know about?
Maybe they were trying to say he survived the attack there and got
he did. He had like eggs in him, but he was still showing a heartbeat at the because Hicks had said, "Hey, the sergeant, this person are still alive," and he wanted to go get him, and like Vasquez, like, they're gone, man, they're gone.
The thing I didn't like that they changed from the novel and the script to the movie was that the colonel, the one that's a dick, that's kind of a pussy that never did drops before,
Lieutenant.
What's his name?
Gorman?
I just knew it was Lieutenant.
Yeah, Gorman actually, the thing they never discuss in these alien movies is that the alien actually, which is based on an insect, the alien tail is actually a stinger that paralyzes its victims so they can be impregnated. And so they never explore that. But in the movie, I mean, in the original script and the novelization, that's what Gorman gets hit with, is he gets paralyzed. He gets stung. Yeah. But in the movie, they changed it to him getting hit in the head, which I guess they need to do that because he couldn't really move around.
And I did like the line Vasquez says, "Gorman, you're always kind of a dick."
Yeah,
you always were an asshole, Gorman.
You always were an asshole, Gorman.
And then they're out of there.
I did like the way they went out too. That was a pretty nice one.
That was pretty cool.
Hey, Vasquez, like that short hair on Vasquez, that was a movement. Like I was like, I'm here for it. I was like, good for her.
Hey, do y'all prefer the miniatures or the CGI? Because the miniature on the first one still holds up.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're great. Yeah, even though I will say that even though Alien versus Predator is trash, the Alien Queen CGI in that movie is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
I like big old egg sack.
What was it? Alien Covenant? Is that the latest one that they did?
I hate those. I fucking hate those.
Those are not good movies.
But
I did not care for that movie.
But I did like on the outside of the ship. I like the alien hanging out on it. I thought that was pretty cool. But I mean, I like Prometheus. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of David, the android, and trying to play God. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Sadly, we're never going to get a continuation of that. But we are getting an Alien TV series coming out within the next 2 years.
It's by the guy that did Fargo, right? The same guy that wrote
yes.
Fargo. Yeah, I'm excited about that, man.
I would have liked if they would have went with Neil Blomkamp and he would have made the Alien.
Yes, the
Alien
direct sequel.
Yeah, which he wanted to do, where he would have brought back Newt and they would have ignored Alien 3 and Hicks. Yeah, that was.
I always considered Alien 3 and 4 just a fever dream that Ripley was having in hyperspace.
You know what's weird? I like 4. And I know that's
4 was fun, but it's not good. But it was fun.
It's not good. But
you guys just like having the alien sex scene. That's all y'all are into.
It's so fucking bizarre. It's such a bonkers movie, and
that's what gets you off.
I don't know what it is. Dude. I love cheesiness. Like it's not good. I know that, but it's just so bonkers. I was just like, man, we got clones. We've got alien clone babies. We got, and then once again,
Chucky,
the alien.
We got Ron Perlman.
Right? Yeah. Brad Dourif, I think.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman.
In Alien 3, Ripley finally gets laid. I mean, that's like one of the main things about the third one. Plus, I was a big Rock fan. ROC, the TV show Rock. And Charles
he's great.
He crushes Alien 3, man. He's probably the best character to me.
I mean, I if you take out the bad CGI from Alien 3 and just have really good the original creature, I think it's a better movie. But the CGI is so bad it just takes you out of it.
Yeah.
Now, isn't there a director's cut version of Alien 3 that's never been released? Isn't that like something that's been?
I've heard rumors of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I've always heard that. I couldn't make it through Alien 3. I was so fucking bored by that movie.
Fincher like almost never talks about it. Like he's notoriously like just vague and doesn't like to discuss it. He even refused to do the director's commentary for like when they did like the big Blu-ray release of the whole series. I think his is the only one that doesn't have a commentary track, or at least
I think that's a shame. That's such a shame. Like, I mean, directors, no one's perfect. I mean, like, you all got to come from somewhere. I mean,
well, I think one of the issues with Alien 3 was how much, because he was a first-time director, how much the studio was like in his shit constantly.
Pushing
and
him around.
They didn't allow him to make his vision.
I even heard him say, like, on one of his few interviews he does have, he says that he's not ashamed of Alien 3, but that's like the closest he's ever come to like saying something positive about it. Like, yeah, I'm not ashamed of making that movie.
I mean, it's not a total mistake.
He could have done what the director of Batman Forever did on his DVD commentary, just apologize for the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on the IMDb trend because I was reading it like all during the movie because it's 2.5 hours long. But they reused the set in Batman, the 1989 Batman. Apparently, like one of the sets they actually
the egg chamber. It was the egg chamber.
And apparently they had just like left all the alien stuff.
Yeah.
So like the Batman people walk in to like make it look like a chemical plant, and there's just like eggs and xenomorphs everywhere.
Oh,
that's pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome. Well, guys, is there anything else about the movie you want to touch on? Anything else about aliens? I mean,
I think it's a travesty that she didn't win Best Actress. I mean, she was nominated and she should have fucking won. She was absolutely amazing.
There was no way she was going to win, though.
Who did she lose against that year?
Yeah.
Meryl Streep's answering machine.
Meryl Streep actually played the Queen Alien in this, too.
It's funny, Doug. It's a funny one.
Yeah.
The score is amazing. James Horner. The sound design is absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
The late James Horner.
Sorry, the late James Horner. And the tech. The fact that they used a Steadicam armature for the machine guns. You know, the tech was amazing. The realism of the cameras. You're almost like watching like a found footage.
A documentary, found footage. Yeah, I thought that was unique. Obviously,
especially for a science fiction movie.
And I think they did some kind of. I think the original Alien feels like a documentary in a lot of ways too.
I always call the original Alien movie an art house film. It's an art house. And
whereas this is more down and gritty, and action. It fits the war motif of it 100%. You know what I mean? So, but it is cool to see those literally what looks like video drone footage, or not drone, but old camera footage where it's all grainy and stuff like that. Like it's like they took like a camcorder from the 1980s and said that we're gonna film this and put this on screen. So I thought that was badass.
So I just want to say something really quick, Duck. I'm sorry. The reviewer, Siskel, Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah.
No, it was Ebert, actually Ebert. His original review of this film said, "This is a great movie, but I didn't have fun." He goes, "I was exhausted. I was fucking terrified. I was scared. And at the end of the movie, I was exhausted." He goes, "It's great, but it wasn't fun." I thought that was an interesting review. Yeah.
I like that. I like that review. I think it's very, very good on. And it also, I mean, this movie's easily talked about as one of the greatest sequels of all time. It's right up there with Empire Strikes Back, Terminator 2, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean,
which is just interesting that Cameron has done 2 of those, like.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is a sequel to his own movie. I mean,
yeah, that's fair.
But also doing something completely different with it while feeling the same in some ways, because it is the first movie. If it's a slasher hidden within an alien film, you know what I mean. It's got a killer, and you could consider the xenomorph to be a classic slasher villain. This movie just ups the ante and does something a little bit different with it, but it does have the body count to go with it. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I always thought the first Alien was like the alien xenomorph in the first movie is like a Venus flytrap. He's just hanging out. People come to him. Like almost all his kills, he's not going to them. He's not chasing them.
Hey guys, let's split up and wander these halls.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes right by
and it's like he's just sitting there, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm eating you because you're walking underneath me." You know, or oh, you're in the places where I'm hiding. Okay, I guess I'll eat you. Whereas this one, they're actively going after him.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anything else about the movie, guys? Raph, do you feel like you missed out by watching the wrong movie?
Oh, absolutely, bro. I mean, I vaguely remember it. You know, I remember when she wakes up and they don't believe her, and she shows her daughter, and it's an old ass lady. And then I remember all the brutes fighting and getting killed. Everybody dies at the end. Yeah. I do regret not watching this.
It's all good. We'll make sure next time we get you on the right movie. All right, guys, let's go down to recommend it. Jay, let's start with you. Do you recommend Aliens?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Raph, do you recommend Alien?
No, I don't remember. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Miles, do you recommend Aliens?
100%, yeah.
Hobbs, how about you? Do you recommend Aliens?
Absolutely 100%.
Yeah. And David, do you recommend the novelization of Aliens?
I recommend reading the novelization while watching the director's cut.
There you go.
Do you still have a copy of the novelization?
I don't, but I will buy one off of eBay tomorrow.
There you go. Half price.
He's a joke.
It was paperback. It was paperback. Oh, and by the way, guys, how great this was! What a great sequel! And how I know how when we're watching it in the theater and the preview came up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And people were like cheering, like, "Holy shit!" The exact opposite happened when I went and saw Doctor Strange, and they showed a preview for the new Avatar movie. Complete silence until the person next to me just said, "Did anyone ask for this?"
Yeah, James
It's
Cameron.
been too fucking
actually,
long.
He's the only person, but
Yeah.
apparently he gets his way at this point.
Well, I mean, what's it been, like 12 years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
but
long
I mean,
fucking time.
it's
You're done.
the highest grossing movie of all time. It's gonna get a sequel.
No one is pumped for this movie. I'm
It's
sorry. I've
nobody
seen no.
is.
You guys excited for the new Avatar that came out in
Nobody.
2009?
It's gonna be like 3 hours
And
long.
the thing is, when the first Avatar came out, it was almost already to like, this is kind of like cheesy how cartoony it is.
People
And
just
it
saw it
looks-
because of the 3D. That was
Yeah,
the
and
whole
that's the
thing.
That was his
too,
big
yeah.
thing.
And now it looks exactly the fucking like nothing has expanded. Like it looks like the exact same. It just looks like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, YouPorn has done more for Avatar than that movie.
All right, y'all, let's watch some clips. Let's get it going. All right, if I learn how to share my screen, what the fuck? Oh, it is sharing. Okay.
You know, I want to. Don't start it yet.
Okay.
Right now, I'm looking at the timestamp for that. You have 8 minutes of that. Aliens, you only have an 8-minute clip section, but for fucking Thanksgiving, you had 13 minutes. Fuck, bro.
Call back. Call back.
100%
legitimate gripe.
disclosure. 100%
Honestly, dude,
disclosure.
8 minutes of this is not very much. Bro.
I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sorry.
100%
That's just the
disclosure.
credits.
I didn't even make it through the whole movie because I was so tired today. I slept most of the day, so I don't even know what I clipped, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I missed the last 45
I'm
minutes.
really glad you're putting in all this effort for Javi's last podcast.
Yeah.
Make him feel special.
What an endorsement. Yeah, I was pretty much tired.
no, I'm just busting balls, Doc. I love you, man.
You guys have all
Hi.
seen this. We don't need clips.
A half-ass make-a-wish for Javi.
I'm not dying.
Oh, Doug makes it sound.
No,
like
you're just
you
dead
are.
to us after tonight, Javi.
Yeah, so like, are we gonna do that? Are we gonna what's that? Dragula this guy? Are we gonna like create like a really extravagant death scene for Javi now that he's leaving the past?
We need to, yeah.
Totally should.
Call Will.
Yes.
Opening scare. Yeah, pull it up, baby.
Call back.
Fucking kids.
Fucking kid.
What are you talking about?
Red flag. That's the same big wheel they used in Terminator.
Wayland Yutani Corporation. So which one is the one from Blade Runner? Yutani Corporation or the Wayland Corporation, or is it both?
No, it's not from Blade Runner.
What's that?
Wayland
It is.
Yutani isn't. It is?
Oh, yeah, it's connected to Blade Runner. Yeah, they're in the same universe. You didn't know that?
No.
They're both Ridley Scott.
Yeah. Ridley Scott directed both of them. So, yeah, they both take place in the same universe.
Shut up. Dude, seriously, I never fucking knew that.
Yeah.
I'm not even
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. It's Yutani Corporation, right, babe? Sophie, it's Yutani Corporation in Blade Runner, right? Yeah.
You woke her up.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
Face hugger.
It'll be okay, dude. Dad knows what he's doing.
No, he don't. His daddy just wanted to get paid.
We're trying to get that coin.
Damn, bitch.
So, did anyone else notice the little girl's accent kept popping in like all the time? Her British accent. Anyone
Yes.
else notice it?
Yeah.
Only had like 4 lines of dialogue. I didn't have time.
And you're right, Duck. Alien and Blade Runner shared universe timeline.
Oh,
My
That's the
brain
first-
is officially blown, dude. I am
It's the-
impressed and also incredibly disappointed. I didn't know that.
this is the first time I've heard you right, Duck, this entire cast.
And tonight's the final cast.
Illegal.
Somebody said alien. She thought they said illegal alien and signed up.
Fuck you, man.
Anytime.
Are you finished?
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, man. he's great.
Going to hell.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
Newt.
Definitely regret missing that now.
What was that, Ref?
I definitely regret missing it now, knowing Bill Paxton was in it. I forgot about that.
Fuck. Hold up.
Come on out. Come on. Easy, easy.
I got her. Ow! Damn.
Watch
Let her go.
Her little cabin here I thought was pretty cool. Because she's been chilling in this little clubhouse.
That's what it looks like under I-30 right now.
Chest burster.
There's a great McFarlane toy with this.
With the dead person here?
Yeah. You have a little thing where you can move the chest burster around in her chest.
Oh, that's cool.
Just stay calm. We're gonna get you out of here. It's gonna be all right. Give me a hand. We gotta get her out of here.
She dead.
Convulsion.
So those are all the people that were terraforming, right?
Yep.
Yes. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Am I right, Carmen?
So funny.
Get him some Pepto Bismol.
Oh, that flamethrower on the poster looks like Elon Musk flamethrower, so I think he stole the idea.
Here's Johnny. I thought he was going to puncture right through the helmet. I like how it gets Bill Paxton's character.
Yeah.
E.T. wants to drive.
Buckmeyer. God damn it.
God damn.
Well, where the fuck?
Oh shit!
Rock that.
By the way, the alien screams noises, those are baboons altered.
Oh, shit.
I thought it was elephants. That looks extremely fake and miniature, and it looks awesome.
I think I prefer that over CGI sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh, totally.
All day.
Here's the line. Game over.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now?
I love it.
Okay, here's my favorite
There
line.
is David.
Mostly.
It'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
There's that
Remember?
accent big time, dude.
Yeah. Do you remember the South Park episode?
Like episode with Cartman.
Yeah, and he
No.
keeps saying, he's like, and you'll be in trouble mostly. The hiding hugger. You can't even see this fucker in the background. It's so good. Whoa! Kill it! Kill it!
I think this might be my favorite scene in the movie, honestly.
Really good.
I love when Nuke's like holding it by the tail, like
Yeah.
against the.
Christ, kid, look out!
Yeah.
All I know is
Oh, yes!
face huggers are into choking too.
It's a match for Ducky. You got that was a creepy look into the camera, sir. I'm not gonna lie.
Wall crawlers, also known as Spider-Man. So,
Oh Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
they're like cockroaches.
Oh shit!
Great use
That's
of strobe
baboons,
lights.
huh?
Yep,
Hudson's
baboons.
Hudson!
They don't have a lot of the acid blood on this one.
dead. They do.
Oh, they do.
They show it quite a bit. I just didn't clip any of it. Because a lot of people get acid blood in the
Yeah.
face or in the arm or whatever.
Drake got hit with the acid face.
That's a great line in Alien where he goes, blood for acid. He goes, Parker, I think says, well, you just don't better well kill it. I messed up that line. I'm sorry.
Mad
It's not gonna
about
get itself.
killing you. Everyone get it? Because he was mad about you?
Yes,
Yeah.
fucking yes.
Bitch.
We just didn't want to laugh.
Explode!
Always were an asshole, Gorman.
And you were always white, pretending to be Mexican. I never knew that either. I never knew she was a white actress.
I read that
Pretty
today
good
and I was
acting.
like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's like, oh, you bitch, you just got canceled.
Isn't she dead?
Yeah,
No,
that
just
canceled
her
me,
career.
Tavi.
Yeah, just her career.
Sticky.
I like how
sticky.
mom jeans are still in the future.
Yeah.
Every line for that little girl was just her screaming.
And she did it with an accent every time. Hello.
Her signature line.
Right there.
The egg in Alien was better.
Yeah, one thing they don't do in this one that I heard or read in the commentaries was the gas coming out of it when he puts his hand over. They don't use it in any other one, making the egg look and feel more realistic, which they should have used.
Agreed.
Good call.
Roasted. Slam. Fuck
Hey.
you.
Wait, don't they find... She runs into Burke, right? In the
No.
director's cut?
He's already dead by this point.
He's dead. He gets killed in the back in the red room scene. He gets killed.
Okay,
Yeah, at this
I'm
point
sorry.
it's just these two
It's
and the
Hicks.
android Bishop.
It's Hicks, Bishop, and then.
Yeah.
Newt.
And I'm not even sure what happens to Hicks because I didn't watch the last 30 minutes.
Hicks doesn't get taken out until almost the very end, where they're trying to get to the elevator.
He's alive at the end. He's just useless.
Didn't he get acid on his face or something like that?
Chest.
Yeah,
Like,
and
oh, right here.
Popping them eggs.
I love
He's
it too that it's a
badass.
mother. It's a mother versus a mother. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a mother versus a bad mother. She's doing a bad job of protecting her babies.
Still make more.
Yeah.
That's how they roll. My egg sex!
My sex! No! Clean bish. Looks so good.
Close your eyes.
Bishop
We're
to the
dying.
rescue!
That's yeah.
Sorry, I parked it around back.
Parking here is terrible. I had to loop 2 times.
Hey guys, there is a deleted scene of Bert where Ripley finds him, like when she's looking for Newt. She comes across Burke he's in a hive, and he's been
interesting.
impregnated. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Come up.
Mazel tov.
They should have kept that in. Bishop's dead. I guess not really. Here you go, Jay. Here's your scene.
And what's really interesting about this is that, again, I'm going to nerd out in the novelization. When he's going through the thing in the alien see him, he's like, I wonder what it would feel like to have a chest burster. He's like thinking that. And then this scene in the novelization, he feels that pain. And at first he thinks it's a chest burster and doesn't realize that it's her fucking tail.
Oh, that's cool.
Bishop feels pain?
Well, I guess what I mean by not pain, but he's feeling this sensation
Okay.
of, well, he looks like
Just
he's
a
in
slight-
pain.
Yeah.
But look at that! Look at the weapon that is her tail. That is that's a game changer, man. Look at that
Final
motherfucker.
Fantasy VII sword right there.
That's the cloud, bro. That's the cloud buster right there, bro.
Yeah.
And the way she uses it as a weapon too is great.
That's not a knife.
That's so
That's
good when
not
it
a
gets ripped
tail.
in half.
Now this.
Oh, the
is
way
a
the
tail.
arms.
Yeah.
Blam.
That's what happened to Xavier.
Bitch.
Get away from her, you bitch!
No, you're the bitch.
Dude, I love the Community episode, the Halloween one where Troy and Abed parody
With the
this.
zombies and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
He puts the armor down because he wants to be a sexy Dracula, but then he comes back at the end and dons it.
Also, what's great about this scene, guys? There's no music. It's just
It's
the
just sound, yeah.
It's just sound.
Oh
of the
yeah.
fight.
Good pull. Good pull.
Very good observation.
And out the house. Hanging on to that Nike.
Product placement.
Do you find yourself in this scenario often? Better wear Nike.
Let's go. He just says, "Just do it," as he's leaving.
I couldn't help but to laugh at the alien as it was falling out. And,
The tails
It's
changed
the
to a
CGI.
check mark.
To a whoosh.
Hey,
Or
Doc.
swoosh.
oh my God, I wish I would have done that and just added the Nike logo at the bottom. Yes, David.
Just do it.
Hey, Duck, can you play the original Aliens trailer?
Yeah, we
Can
can
you
try.
find it later? I just want because I'm pretty sure it's really short and it's very it doesn't show a lot.
Do the Aliens 3 teaser too, because honestly, I feel like that's
Oh yeah, I want to see
very
that. Too,
short.
'cause
and
I
worth
forget
seeing.
I forget that. I don't remember that.
David, how did you feel about the final alien death and alien resurrection? Like, were you okay with that alien being sucked out to space?
I hated that movie so much. I hated the weird baby alien. I fucking and I love the
That
director.
surprises me. That surprises me because how unique it looked. That you
Yeah,
wouldn't
I mean-
like it.
I mean,
That baby alien was kind of menacing. Like,
I-
it was
I
scary that a
think
lot of
it
those
just-
xenomorphs.
I didn't like it. I mean, there was parts of Alien Resurrection I enjoyed. I love the swimming alien. That was cool as shit.
That was pretty cool.
Do you think by that time you might have been gatekeeping a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I know. I mean, 18 years after the original. I mean, we've all done that.
And I love the
Is it?
director. I love City of the Lost Children. I don't
Is
see
it
anything.
working?
Done.
Can you guys see it?
We're not seeing it.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Screen 2, screen 1.
There it is.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, this is
Shows
it.
The Desolate Planet, and this is the trailer you saw in theaters. Now?
Yeah.
Got you pumped.
Well, because up until this point, you would still have no idea what it was. I don't think, unless I missed the title card.
Yes. Ew.
And that's actually music from the original.
It's just kind of similar to the other trailer.
No.
The
Well, no,
difference
the
is
other
the other trailer had like
Action,
Here
a
we
lot
go.
of action.
and it had dialogue. This is actually the original Alien trailer music too.
It's pretty cool.
This looks more like a horror movie than the other
Yeah.
trailer makes it look like an action movie. Oh, run, bitch.
There it goes.
Nice.
This is super fucking intense.
Yeah,
Right?
it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it makes me sad that I didn't see the fucking movie.
Now let's watch the trailer as recut as a rom-com.
Dude,
All right.
that Jaws trailer cut as a rom-com was
Oh,
the
Must
funniest
Love
fucking
Jaws
thing.
is one of
Oh
the
my
best things.
Did you guys ever
God.
see Shining?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Shining.
So good. It just goes to show you how powerful editing is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, big time. You can tell any story with how you cut it.
One of my favorite was when they did like a thriller for Mrs. Doubtfire, and it's just like bump bump. Your Honor, I have to be my kids. Bump bump. They're like my heir. It was just like,
Or the Sleepless in Seattle thriller. My son calls into this radio station. I need to find love.
So I felt like going campy with my recommendations. So my first one would be Jason X because it takes place in space, and I think it is a fun. I think it is a fun and
Criminally underrated. Criminally underrated.
I think
Jason X is not the worst. It's not the worst sequel by any stretch.
The
It's
signature
definitely-
kill with the liquid nitrogen. I mean, that's
Yes.
worth the ticket price alone.
Nah, I'm here for it. I'm here for Jason X.
And also, he redoes the sleeping bag kill, and it's just funny as hell. So I
Love
I
it,
love
yeah.
how campy it is.
Love Jason X.
Going extra campy for the next one, Leprechaun 4 in space.
Ooh.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
there we go.
jack shit about this movie other than the Leprechaun gets real big at the end of it, and is like running around like a turbo crater.
I'd rather go to the hood twice than go to space with the leprechaun. If I'm
I
being
will
honest.
agree with you. Leprechaun in the Hood is one of the best entries in that
The best,
franchise. It is so fucking good. But I like In Space. It was cheesy. It's stupid. It's whatever. What do you guys got?
Yeah,
Recommendation?
the last scene in space, you see the leprechaun blow up, and his hand floats through the window of the ship, and all you see is his middle finger.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
I love the Leprechaun series, except for the last one. The second one, the second in the Hood wasn't that great, but the first one is killer. Well, what do you guys got for recommendations?
I'm gonna go with alien ripoff movies. Forbidden World.
Forbidden World. When did that come out?
That came out, I think, in 1980. It's by the director who did he does all the cheesy fucking movies back then.
Corman?
But yeah, Goran, yes.
Roger
yes.
Corman.
Roger Corman, yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
1982. And
it's
also called Forbidden World, and also Galaxy of Terror and Horror Planet. They were all fucking just alien ripoff. There we go.
Wow.
Mutant's another one. It's another alien ripoff movie.
You can tell by the poster on that one.
Yeah. I mean, they're fun. They're awful. They're so bad, but it's like
Inseminoid.
Yeah, it's so bad, but it's fun though. It's fun, cheesy shit.
David, Duck, go to that Inseminoid. I want to see what that's about.
I am trying to get it open, but
Inseminoid.
where's Inseminoid?
There it is, right in between the two Forbidden Worlds, right there.
There we
Oh,
go.
look at that! Oh my God!
Yeah, somewhere in
dude,
the
if
depth
that's
of
not-
space, a horrific nightmare is about to become a reality. Inseminoid.
If that's not a VHS cover, I'm renting it.
There you go. It's got very pulpy cover, but look at the look on the guys' faces. They're like,
It's like a Goosebumps cover.
All right, who else has got a recommendation?
I'm gonna go with Pitch Black from my rec.
Oh,
Oh,
good
nice.
one. That's
Great
choice.
one.
Every other movie related to that movie after is shit. Fuck Chronicles of Riddick. Just watch Pitch Black.
I thought the third one was pretty well received. People like the
I like
There was
it.
The
There
one
was
that
a
was
third
called
one?
Riddick. Yeah, the one that's just
Oh.
called Riddick because
Oh,
it was a reboot of Pitch Black. It was like the exact same story.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
It's a good
It's
one.
not bad. It's really not bad.
There one scene in Pitch Black that I think is absolutely amazing is when the one guy just lights
the
his
wine?
lighter. No, it hits with the lighter. He lights
And then
it.
he spits wine. Like,
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was so fucking.
No,
cool.
Pitch Black
pretty
is
cool.
good. That's a great movie.
All
And
right.
what a simple concept. You're crashing
Mm-hmm.
on a planet, and you've got to. If you better not go. If it goes black, then you're fucked.
Duck, I'll throw out, go in a weird direction, but I agree with David's assessment that this is more of a war movie. And if you like the dialogue with the soldiers essentially being kind of roasting each other and being very casual when it's behind the scenes, but then when it's time to act, they go into hey, we're working now mode. I suggest Full Metal Jacket.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely a classic.
Which
Yeah.
interesting parallel is that Apone was a real sergeant in Vietnam, and Full Metal Jacket also used a real sergeant in
Arlie.
Vietnam.
Arlie Ermy.
Interesting.
Jay, Raph, what you got?
Well,
Nothing.
I'll go with the obvious one. I'll go with Star Trek Troopers, man.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
a fucking classic movie. All about it's very propagandish. It's talked about in so many circles. It's divisive.
I love the
Paul Verhoeven.
commercials. The commercials in that are so good.
Well, it's Paul Verhoeven, dude. It's just like Paul Verhoeven and James Cameron, man. Those guys really. They had a real kind of rivalry. It felt like in the late '80s and the early '90s, because I mean, those guys were just turning out some amazing movies. Total Recall, The Abyss, fucking RoboCop, Terminator.
What I absolutely love about Starship Troopers, that's a hard line in the sand movie. You are never going to meet anybody that says, it was all right. That person does not exist. You either are fucking for this, like you go to the mattresses for this movie, or you just absolutely fucking hate it.
That's true.
Dude, that scene when they realize they're getting invaded and they're in the desert and the camera pans up and you just see the army of the arachnids coming towards them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking good, dude.
I think across.
Would you like to hear more?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And I just
love that.
and the cheesiness lines, especially when General Ratchet was on scene, I was just fucking, oh my god, they sucked his brains out.
Yeah.
Everybody fights. Nobody quits. If you try to run, I'll kill you myself.
Yeah.
And then he kills somebody and goes, I expect anybody to do the same for me. Like 15 minutes later, do it, Rico.
I think. Can anyone think of another movie where Michael Ironside is a good guy?
Good guy. Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Nope.
Raph, do you want to recommend Alien?
Well, no, right. I had recommended one on the on Facebook earlier, which was called The Gate. It was released today, 1987, and I haven't seen it, but it looks really
I've never
interesting.
seen it, but I want to see it.
I've seen it recently and as a kid, and it's fun.
Yeah, I want to see it. I 100%.
The Gate? Y'all haven't seen The Gate?
I've never seen The Gate. Yeah. So
that's on my list. Shit. What's in that? Stephen Dwarf?
Yeah.
I would be pumped to see it. All right. Well, with that said, that is Aliens, everyone. We appreciate it. With that said, Javi, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at TikTok and Instagram on Javi Bear Studios.
Right on. Raph, where can they find your YouTube stuff?
RFLSON87.
Right on. Miles, where can they find you with the best part darn diddly?
You can find me everywhere at Mr. Most Days Off, and you can follow my Simpsons podcast. That's Best Darn Diddly, DIDDLY.
Fuck yeah.
That's a
David,
great
where
one,
can
too.
they find you?
Stop Motion Nightmares on Facebook.
Fuck yeah. And you can find us at wearepodcast.podbean.com, where you can find all the podcasts. Go to our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at /wearepodcast. And you can check us out every Monday for Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past, live at 8 p.m. Central. Next week is the Genetic Opera with Richie. He's going to be on.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that. So that'll be super cool. Hobbs, we love you. It's been a blast, dude.
Good luck on your job.
God, we're best doing this. I'm so fucking bummed that Richie's going to be on the cast next week, and I'm not going to be here for it.
He's actually ecstatic about it, dude. He was thrilled.
I was like, Javi's gone. He's like, well, double book me, dude. I'm fucking in.
That fucking chud is no longer associated with you guys. Let me be the new cast member.
With that said, thank you guys for being here. Keep horror in your motherfucking hearts, bitch.
Keep it in your heart, guys.
And with that.
Oh,
said,
wait.
what you
Time
got?
for some J After
shit.
Dark.
Let's
give some hugs. Oh, that's adorable. That's great.
That's adorbs.
Also, keep Javi in your heart.
Keep
Hobby in your heart. Keep hobby in your heart.